All right, man. Terence Crawford dismisses. He dismisses the cross examination of his win over Porter and Errol Spence win over Shawn Porter. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance and notifications. We go live or drop a video. He said, I beat Shawn Porter in a totally different way. He beat Shawn Porter in a totally different way. And that's what he said, and that's true. Styles make fights, and like I said, for the most part, Crawford has been very respectable to Errol Spence, even going on the Shawn Porter show and the Porterway podcast. Check out the Porterway podcast and the Porterway clips, and saying that he was an Errol Spence fan. He was rooting for him when he was in the Olympics, and this, that, and the third. So, like I said before, a lot of people say there's extreme fans on both sides of it, the pendulum when it comes to them. And my thing is, at the end of the day, bro, people get tired. You can't say nothing about Errol Spence. You can't say, oh, I think Errol Spence will lose to Canelo, or I think Errol Spence lose to Godzilla, bro. But oh man, them niggas just like it's sexual at this point, bro. That's what I think it is. It's like sexual, dude. You already watching sport where niggas had their shirt off 90% of the time. We don't need no more sexual activity, activity from you dudes as it is. Right? Go watch female boxing. I can see if niggas was, drooling over Alicia Bumgardner and stuff of that nature, then cool. I understand it. She still ain't giving y'all niggas none, so I don't really get it. But that is what it is. That is what it is. But you just don't get it from these boxing cats. These dudes be making making stuff up where, like, bro, you can't say nothing, dude. Nothing bad about that dude, man. That's crazy. I never seen it before, but it is what it is. And these niggas talk about this shit every day. For a lot of these people talk about this shit every day for free. Freeman, Robert Freeman, you know. So here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Bo knows this. Bo knows that. Let me stop. Let me stop with the real rap early this morning. But Crawford dismisses Spence comparison to win over Porter. So he said styles make fights. Me and Earl gotta have different style. Crawford noted during a recent appearance on his own box show, we fought Shawn Porter in two completely different styles. You never know. So, like I said before, in my opinion, and this is my humble opinion, this doesn't make it a fact. This is my opinion that Errol Spence had no other way of fighting Shawn Porter like that. You know, he couldn't box Shawn Porter because he couldn't control the distance with Shawn Porter. Now, does that make him a better fighter than Terence Crawford? No. No, because, he might come out, his style might dominate Terence Crawford. And now what does the Shawn Porter fight mean? It means nothing. Just because he was able to do something with Shawn Porter, and Shawn Porter is not the barometer. Shawn Porter is a style that you will never see in boxing again, more than likely. So remember that. It's a style that you'll never see in boxing again. All right? So remember that. It ain't like, it's a whole bunch of Shawn Porters walking around, or it ain't like, Terence Crawford going to fight like Shawn Porter, or Errol Spence going to fight like Shawn Porter. Nah, that ain't this. So, fighting a guy with a 1 in a million style, 1 in a billion type of style, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean nothing. Cross-examine doesn't matter. You know, Errol Spence, it could help Terence Crawford knowing that Errol Spence can get drug in those type of fights. It could help him knowing that Errol Spence can get drug in those type of wars. Then you can drag him into a war. You can drag him into a war now. So don't forget that. You can drag him into a war. But Shawn Porter, let's be real. Shawn Porter is not the barometer. It's a 1 in a trillion type of style, and that's what it is. Can you take some things in that fight? I mean, yeah, Terence Crawford can control the pace. Terence Crawford can control the fight, the narrative, and if you can control Shawn Porter, if you can control Shawn Porter, you know what I'm saying? You more likely can control anybody else in boxing. In your weight class. So that's the crazy thing about it. Errol Spence couldn't control Shawn Porter with the lead hand and with foot movement, but that's not his style. When you take away Errol Spence's lead left hand, it's he struggles. Still an effective fighter, but he's not as effective. So it's just little things you could pick up. When he picked up versus Shawn Porter, if I do come forward, just let me know that speed gonna bother him. Instead of me loading up on the right hand, let me throw it with some let's throw it quick. Let's throw it quick. But all the trajectory is different. All that junk is different, bro. So hella different. So at the end of the day, we'll see. But you did learn some things about both of them. You learned that Crawford can fight discipline, but you learned that the speed of Shawn Porter jumping in and bothered him. But if you're gonna jump in like that, he's gonna hit you with power shots. Errol Spence, if he can't box with you, he gonna more likely he can thug it out. So it is what it is. But Crawford views the resourcefulness of both fighters as the greatest strength that both possesses more so than the actual strength. He said, "I've never got hit by Spence, so I don't know how hard he hits." Amidst Crawford quote, "I never got hit by me, so I don't know how hard I hit. But that won't determine who wins. You don't determine the winner and loser by who punches harder. There's a lot that goes into winning a fight than who hits harder." So, and you're right. But sometimes shit. Sometimes that's what it boils down to. Who can take it and who can't take it. Who can take it and who can dish it and take it. Who can't take it and dish it. Sometimes it do boil down to something like that. So, don't forget, sometimes it do. Shit. But he right. It's a lot more that goes into a boxing match than just that. So yeah, he got a point at that. So but he been very fair with his comparisons and stuff. And that he been talking nice to Errol Spence, but that ain't what sell a fight. That ain't what sell a fight. So but him talking like that and being nice, that's not gonna sell a fight. That's why one of the reasons the fight ain't good made. They wanted Al Heyman to dish out the money, and they want to see the investors put the money up. You got to create some type of show. That's why Mayweather got Oscar De La Hoya because he was yelling, screaming on De La Hoya neck. That's the difference. That's the difference. But that is what it is. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit my link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Spotify, Anchor. Appreciate everybody who support the channel. Twitch, Google Podcasts, the whole nine, man. Not Facebook though, but appreciate the love, support. Check out the Welterweight Boxing playlist. Peace.